Hello, Miami. This is 305 Sports Now, your home podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will, and today's episode we are discussing another Cane commit, and that is Ryan Mack. All right, the safety out of St. Thomas Aquinas, and he's also a legacy Cane as he is the son of former Miami Hurricane linebacker, right, during the mid-90s, Rod Mack. So congratulations, all right, to Ryan Mack and becoming, or he's verbally committing to the Miami Hurricanes. So a little bit about Ryan. Ryan is a 3-star. Okay, he's a 3-star recruit. I'll explain a little bit about his labeling as a 3-star in about a couple minutes or so. But I want you guys to hear me out. He's 5'11". He's 165 pounds. He's ranked as the 50th best safety, in the country. All right. In his junior season of 2022, okay, he racked up 21 tackles, 7 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions. Known for his speed, right? He's very quick, all right? He's very quick off the ball. He runs track, obviously, in 100 meters, as a sophomore. He ran a 10.86 as well. Aggressive tackler. This the scouting report on him, by the way. He's an aggressive tackler. Also, what I've seen as well, through his video, through his huddle, so you can check it out yourself if you don't believe me. Needs to build some size though, okay? And I'll get into that in like I said, about a minute or so. He's 165 pounds. He's 5'11". May need to, Mike, he's gonna grow like an inch or two later on, and also he needs to put on some size, but he does have the frame to do it, as well. Great footwork, okay? Great speed, great footwork, great instincts, okay? As far as tracking the ball as well, he's able to lock onto a receiver or know where his receiver is at, and also keep an eye, on the quarterback and where the ball is going. So he knows how to place himself well to break up passes or be close to getting interceptions as well. Could play press, could play, with cushion, and still be able, like I said, to lock onto his receiver. He has good hands as well, and also close in on a runner. He has close in speed, or basically, guy runs away from his defender. He may be able to catch him. He's a safety, right? But he could also play a cornerback as well. All right, so basically the Canes want to use him. Okay, they want to use him. They could use him in 2 formats. They could use him as a safety, okay, which is interesting because when I was on the Flow Show, the Miami Flow Show, which, by the way, he will be on soon shortly on this program, 305 Sports Now, we talked about, with Cafecito con Canes, how there is a need at Miami for safety. So Ryan Mack's, commitment was good for the Canes. But the good thing about Ryan Mack is that you could also use him as a cornerback as well. So if he doesn't build the frame, right, to maintain himself going up against, some of the best running backs in college football, you could lock him up, at the edges of the slot with the receiver, okay, because he is able to cover. He actually played the edges, all right, at St. Thomas when he was a cornerback or playing cornerback. He played basically covering the best receiver or the best receiver on the other team. All right, that's how much confidence they have in this kid. Want to go over his 3-star a little bit. Usually I complain about why an athlete was robbed of a star, or why I think the star system isn't fair, and why I think it basically mismanages, or it gives a misinterpretation, of a football player, okay, and their status and how good they are based upon the stars, okay. But I will say this, as far as the aesthetic composition, so I guess I'm a little bit sick, so I'm trying to fight through this, okay. The aesthetic composition, as far as Ryan Mack goes, Ryan Mack is pretty small, all right. He's a small guy for playing safety, okay. Now, nowadays you have guys that are big dudes, okay. You have James Williams, who's over 6 feet, is a big guy, okay. Saquon Patterson is a pretty stocky dude as well. Saquon Patterson is 165 pounds heading into his senior year at St. Thomas, all right. So his 5'11" status, taking on receivers at about 6'2", 6'3", also 165. Some of the receivers that he's covering are already ready for college football. Like for example, a guy like JoJo Trader, Jeremiah Smith. Those are pretty big receivers. Having to cover those guys, he looks a little bit outmatched, at least as far as the naked eye goes. Now, when he's in coverage, if you look at the video, he's pretty solid. He's pretty good. All right, so I can understand. He's actually a high 3-star. Okay. So I can understand why, he's listed as a 3-star. If you look at the video, there's some sequences where you see him going up against a receiver, and the receiver looks basically physically overmatching, okay, as far as size go. That's the only thing I will say about that. But I will say this: I like this kid. I like the acquisition. He's a worker as well. He's a track star, so that shows he has speed and is willing to work on his speed. He's a guy that has good footwork, so he's fundamentally sound. All right. He has good hip work as well, which is very important, for a cornerback or a safety, because hip work is important, because when you have to turn on the dime, you have to be able to stay with that receiver. If not, you're gone. Doesn't matter if it's receivers. There's some tight ends that run like receivers. Okay. So you have to be pretty much very fluid in your motion as a safety or a cornerback as well in today's game, especially with all the spread that all these teams are running, okay, as well. So let's look at that, all right? But I will say one thing as well. St. Thomas Aquinas, that school is a top-tier school in the state of Florida. It's a multiple state championship winner, and it's been a pipeline for Power 5 schools for years. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that this kid is well coached, all right? And he's in a good program for his development. So I like this acquisition. I wouldn't be surprised that in his senior year, he picks up a 4-star. But what I'm trying to say, as of right now, hear me out, as of right now, okay, I can understand why the composites have him as a 3. And it's basically because of his physical appearance, right, as well. Again, 165, 5'11. If you're going to take on some of the bigger receivers in college football, you got to be bigger. Okay. If not, they'll just manhandle you in press coverage. Okay. So that's where I'm going with this. But again, he will get bigger. They all gain size. All right. Especially if they're committed to their craft. They all gain size. I'm hoping he jumps maybe an inch or two, right, as well, as far as his height goes. All right. So we'll see what happens. Okay. But nonetheless, congratulations again to Mauro Cristobal, Lance Guidry, all right, and his staff as well, and Jamil Adai as well, and the staff of the Miami Hurricane staff for getting a commitment out of this kid, right? He is a very sound football player. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. If you like what you heard, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are only halfway away to 1,000 subscribers, right? Let's get it there, right? Let's get 305 Sports Now. It's 1,000 subs. And again, so I can keep giving you that content that you guys love, whether it's Canes recruiting, whether it's Dolphins football, and whether it's Miami Heat. And I will be telling you, I will be having a panel discussion that will be airing on Thursday morning between myself, okay, my buddy William Quintana, who's been on the show a couple times, the host of the podcast Culture and Colada, all right, as well. Culture, I'm going to slip my mind there. Culture and Colada, Jonathan Veloso will be on as well, and Giovanni Gonzalez, who played pro ball over in Colombia. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you like what you heard, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now. Once again, I am Will. Stay safe. God bless you soon. Go Canes. And I will be bringing you some more Canes coverage too. All right. Bye-bye.